few different devices, technologies that make this a very efficient operation, but we're using a machine to get all of our seed spacing in our flats so that we can, not be putting seeds in individually. And then down here, there is a germination chamber, which is a high humidity, high heat environment, so we can ensure uniform germination. And then we have different ways of heating this high tunnel and an automatic watering system, just so that we can sort of maximize the amount of things we can grow and minimize the amount of time it takes to manage them.
And you showed me you're using compost as a heat source for your germination as well. Very smart. Yeah. Now, as farm manager, you do a lot more than just grow vegetables. Are you already planning what you're going to do with your produce in the coming season?
Yeah, so pretty much everything, when we plan our field and we plan what's going in and our rotations, everything is planned in mind of the market that it goes to. So we sell primarily to restaurants and to a market stand.
Now, isn't it true that you also provide produce for the nutritional needs of a school and its students and staff?
Yep. So we're a nonprofit here, so about 30% of our food is donated on site. So that is just worked into the plan.
And you've been doing this for how long?
This is my third full growing season as the manager here. I had about a year and a half of experience before that.
Okay, and so you've had a chance to build relationships with the restaurants in the area, and you're in a metropolitan area in Philadelphia. Though you're just outside the actual city, aren't you?
Actually, we are in the city limits.
Just barely.
Just barely, yeah.
Now, well, that's great. Now, in our earlier conversation, you actually have not taken a degree in agriculture or formal training. You've taught yourself and been mentored maybe by other people. How did that go?
Yeah, that's right. I had a degree in political science in college, which I was not interested in pursuing. And so a lot of the learning process has been, reading a lot of books, visiting farms, talking to farmers, and then just being thrown into a position where it's sink or swim, sort of demands that you really pay close attention and learn on the job.
So you've had a lot of training and there's been a lot of study, but none of it not structured or formal. You're very entrepreneurial in how you've educated yourself. So another question for you: what's a bad day for you in this job?
There's infinite things that can kind of go wrong on a farm, right? So a number of things you can predict, but let's say you've got a really tight schedule for harvesting, where you've got to be picking things throughout the morning to sell in the afternoon. A weather event, can really affect me. Coming to the farm and noticing there's been a hailstorm, which happened last year. That was a pretty bad day. We rely on about 4 employees showing up here every day. So if there's ever issues with people not showing up, that can add to the load.
Makes sense. Hey, now tell me, what's a good day?
Most days are pretty good. I get to grow vegetables. I get to eat what I grow. I love my job, so most days are pretty good. I love seeing a harvest through, so picking and overseeing the harvest of a crop that is beautiful and turned out the way I wanted it to, and then delivering it on that same day to chefs and sharing in the excitement of what we grew.
Well, those are all fair answers. It sounds to me like you're a lucky guy.
Yes.
Well, thanks a whole lot for taking time out of this busy period to talk to us. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.